What's up, Planeswalkers? Theurix6 back with more Magic the Gathering, and we're with a new friend.
Hey guys, it's Xander here from Xander's Quest.
Technically not a super new friend. He's the one who made my cool thing that currently isn't on this video because I didn't feel like adding it to a different capture. It doesn't matter. We're playing some fun doctoring stuff, but first we're not even going to go through the actual decks. We're going to first fight each other with the decks, and you'll see how they play out during the first bit, and we'll show you what the decks do after the first game.
Let's get straight into this.
I'm always a zombie. So for my audience, well, for your audience, I just make deck decks and play games. That's like all I do. But for my audience, Xander, what is it that you put on your channel?
So I do a whole lot of stuff, and some of it's better than other stuff, but mostly deck techs. But I do cover more than just standard. You'll find a lot of YouTubers are just doing arena stuff. I'm not limiting myself to just arena, although I do have it on there. And this hand is not the best. I'll be honest.
My opening was 7, or it was trash, so I mulliganed.
I'm gonna keep risky keep.
Oh, you're a madman. I don't know.
Hopefully,
if I
you're into
this.
something.
I don't want to keep this either, man.
So I do deck techs and gameplay through either X-Mage or Arena. I also do a deck doctor series, so this is inspiring what we're doing right here. The decks that we're playing are both submitted by users or supporters of our channels. I'm playing a Dimir budget deck that was submitted by one Rafri Kinta, and Theurix is on a Golgari.
Golgari deck submitted by Ruan Britska. I can't pronounce his name. How dare you, sir? I'm not rocking very many lands. I did roll a 5. Oh, man.
You can play the Playcrafter and it does nothing, but if you get to the lands, Vraska's useful, so I'll get rid of that.
That's not
first.
true. Playcrafter on an empty board makes you discard a card.
Yeah, but I'm happy to discard some of these cards.
Yeah, that's fair.
Okay.
So it's actually really good, in my opinion, that you do deck techs for other formats, especially because right now the standard format kind of not the best.
I've pretty much stopped doing standard stuff for a little while now because it's just like everyone's doing the same stuff. It's just repeating itself. Yeah. So once the Modern Horizons has come out, I'm trying to get some more modern stuff done because there's some really cool reprints and additions to that are going to be shaking up the format a bit, I thought. So I'm looking forward to that.
Yeah, I really want to get back into modern. But I just have so much time. By that I mean I have no time. Oh gosh, thank you for the lands. I just need to run 3 more lands in a row. We'll be okay.
Okay.
It's not a land, but it's a thing I can cast.
Saproling Migration.
Oh, wait on the counterspell. Oh, he's got me. What I think is actually really interesting to note
There's a card.
Is the relative small amount of rares that we've seen so far. The only one being my Liliana on my side. But a lot of the cards. Sorry,
I'm holding quite a few actually.
Well, that's incredibly rude. So you know, I've only had the 2 planeswalkers, but a lot of the cards that we've been playing are uncommons, and it really goes to show how strong uncommons can be. Right, so you don't need to like break the bank in order to have a competent deck, right? If you're able to throw in some powerful rares and mythics to a pretty decent baseline of commons and uncommons, you can go pretty far. A lot of it's about like knowing about the meta, knowing about what you expect your opponents to be playing, how incredibly rude. The issue though is that I have this, and you knew about it.
I did, but I had to play the card anyway because otherwise it wasn't doing anything. At least fair. I got some draw card out of it.
Yeah. I need one.
So I do like this original version of Rafri's deck. It is quite good for what he's calling a budget deck.
Rude. Milled a lot of my lands. I kind of need those. Didn't want this.
What are your thoughts on Disinformation Campaign?
I think it has a place, for sure. I think if Esper is really getting up in your grill for just like drawing a ton of cards and things, I think it's helpful.
Yeah.
The issue is always Teferi's good, Narset's good. You know, if you're playing a deck that runs, well, you're obviously playing a deck that runs blue, but if you're playing a deck that runs black, like, it's really hard to justify running Disinformation Campaign over those very powerful 3-mana plays. I don't.
Yeah, because so this is the unedited version. In the edited version of the deck, I actually took the Disinformation Campaigns out and leaned more towards what is probably closer to a meta control deck in terms of like power level. So although Disinformation Campaign is good, and alongside the Surveil mechanic, it can be really useful, it just seems to be not as powerful. Like you're saying, there's other 3-drop options that I think are probably better. 2/2 flyer for 3 is it Thief of Sanity? That's a really good example of a.
Yep.
Yeah, that's a thing. I'm just looking at that Vicious Offering that I spotted earlier. Yep.
I will say though, like, why does this game hate me? I'm not playing anything because I need to discard it to that. I will say that if you're looking for a budget deck that really you don't have pretty much any rares or mythics, Blue-Black Surveil is still a fine deck because so much of the power of that deck is in the common uncommon slot. How dare you!
So this is the power of Blue-Black control. Just being able to fairly effectively determine which way the game's going to go.
Yeah.
Like, you're obviously not drawing the best, but it's still a fairly good expression of how Blue-Black kind of plays in Standard at the moment. Esper seemingly doing the same kind of thing, except they seem to be running a lot more of the, as you're saying, Teferis and Dovin's Veto, just better removal, better answers. It's just crazy. I hate Esper control.
That's one of the reasons that I'm really disenchanted with the current metagame, is that if you're trying to play a type of deck, there are 1 or 2 prime choices. I don't know why this is not letting submit properly. Like, if you want to play a control, it's just correct to play Esper, Grixis, or maybe Jeskai Planeswalkers. Oh, now I get the land. But it's really hard to justify doing that with other things. Like, it's really hard to say, I'm just going to play a blue-white control, right? Or I'm going to play a Bant control, right? There are some really interesting flash cards that you can cast in Bant control. You know, Frilled Mystic is a great card, but it just so overshined by Teferi, especially because it makes it so that that card is obsolete, right? If you're trying to play instants, you're so screwed.
Yeah.
Just like me.
Your course will make an excellent
Uh-oh.
minion.
So this budget deck is doing quite well.
And I think, I mean, like, it just goes to show, like, Elders Reborn is one of my favorite cards because of the fact that you get to steal your opponent's cards and win with those. Who cares if you can't have powerful cards?
Yeah, it does so much.
Who needs rares when you can steal your opponent's rares?
So, like, in the more current control decks, I feel like it kind of gets slotted out. But it was seen. I did spot it, and I was using it in a lot of the more top end of the control decks, because by the time you get to the 5 mana, you've already controlled the early game. So they've usually only got the 1 or 2 creatures. So the turn you play it, it does something. The turn after, it does something, and then you just get one of their good creatures back later on. It's just really, really good.
Yeah, I really like the use of it in the sideboard.
Yeah.
I'm in such a bad place.
Oh, no.
Oh gosh. Yeah, can't really attack. It's really nice in my opinion if you're playing a control deck that is focused on beating the two ends. So you have a lot of stuff for aggro, you have a ton of stuff for control, but you can use Eldritch Reborn in the sideboard for some sweet mid-range help. Very strong against mid-range. Uh-oh.
An argument could be made to do that at instant speed in your turn, but I wanted to hopefully draw into something useful, and it just didn't happen. So
Gonna go ahead and chump block. I probably should have taken that gun to 10. But it's fine. I just need to draw something good. Not
Another
terrible.
card that's good is it Dreadhorde Invasion, the 2-mana enchantment?
Yeah.
Insanely cool. That's
I'm sacking my fungal plots because oh my gosh, thank you. Because it does not matter. If only I had drawn those things a little earlier. No, Vraska, you died.
the power of control.
Wait, how is she contempting herself? Flavor fail. I don't think this should be allowed. Judge.
Just she feels so bad. Just like, okay, let's get some more value out of here.
Get out of my way.
Awkward.
Yeah, when you can turn these army tokens into big beating life linkers, a lot of people just concede if they can't answer it.
Yeah. I mean, honestly, this shows the power of Eldritch Reborn more than anything, because you stole my Liliana.
Oh, this is not in the deck, guys. Just, if anyone wasn't paying attention when that happened, that is not in my deck. I think there's, like, Ugin in this version of the deck, but...
Die!
Oh, those are 3/3s. Yep.
No!
Yeah.
So, one thing to note about the Saproling deck is it really wants to have that pressure early on. So the changes I'll be making should help with that. So I'm going to go ahead and mute both of us. Boop boop. And I'm going to go ahead and make his picture go away. Cool, cool. Now, we shouldn't hear each other, and we should just be talking to our individual audiences. And we're going to go ahead and change that. So this is the base deck, right? In my opinion, Vicious Offering is not the strongest of removal options, even though it does work nicely with the deck. Being able to potentially sacrifice a creature in order to get some value out of your Poison Tip Archer or Slimefoot is really nice. However, it just isn't worth it necessarily for the slot it has to take up. Very similarly, 3 Fungal Plots is 3 too many. Maybe you could consider a couple in the sideboard in order to help you against the really aggressive matchups. But I've just found that this card is too slow, and you're sacrificing your own things and you're removing things from your own graveyard, so it's just not the best time, right? So I've made some changes revolving around that, and I also got rid of Playcrafter. Once again, this is a card that can really work with our Saprolings, but we don't want to be actively sacrificing our creatures if we can help it. We want to get value out of our creatures dying, but we don't want to necessarily sacrifice them ourselves. So we dropped the Playcrafter, the Vicious Offerings, and the Fungal Plots, and we've added additional creatures. We also have dropped our land count. That shouldn't be at 22. I've dropped my land count too much. Awkward. We've also dropped our land count down to 23 in order to potentially have a bit more of a burst style deck. So what we have here is Song of Freyalise, which is going to help us to, 1, ramp ourselves if we so need, and 2, buff up our creatures a lot and allow us to have a kind of impunitive turn. I don't know if that's the right word, but who cares? We'll have that nice Vigilance, Trample, and Indestructibility, and they all get a counter, which is nice. Omniscience Cruelty is just a better card than Vicious Offering. Even though it costs 1 extra, the fact that you don't have to sacrifice a creature to get that value, and it exiles the creature instead, is huge. We also upped our number of Slimefoots, and I believe Tendershoot Dryad, because we want to have those cards, right? These are some of our more powerful cards, and we really want to see them. Actually, I think Liliana isn't the best fit in this deck. So I think I want to cut her down 1. And I actually would rather play an additional Tendershoot Dryad. So we're going to plus that. And then there's some cards in the sideboard that are things that you could have in the sideboard or other options that you might want if you don't have all of these cards. Duress is a very helpful card regardless of the meta. As both Xander and I were saying, the meta right now is chock full of nonsense. And Duress helps against that nonsense. Cast Down is a nice early game removal spell if you really need it. That said, I think Omniscience Cruelty is good enough that if you do want additional removal for the kind of aggressive matchups, you probably are going to want Golden Demise and or, what is the card? Moment of Craving. Golden Demise hits all of the creatures unless we have Ascend, which is relatively easy since we're playing tokens. So being able to just wipe their board is very helpful. Fine Finality is another card that has potential. The only issue is that we do have a relatively small number of creatures at only 18. 18 is a good amount, but I figured, 22 is like the minimum I think I would run with Fine Finality. Let's see. Plummet is a card. Song of Freyalise shouldn't be in there. Ravenous Chupacabra is a good removal spell, but we just don't have the room for it. Path of Discovery is really nice. It kind of is in opposition to Song of Freyalise. I think you would want this if you're trying to go a super long grinding game and get a lot of value out of your tokens. And then there's like the Immortal Sun, which is always nice. Okay, so... Boop. 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 We should be back.
Boop.
Okay, so I lost horribly. So we go into Direct Challenge, and then I'm going to go first. So on your end, I believe you have to say, opponent wins the coin flip.
Yep.
And we changed to... I named the deck Dr. Saproling, and then the upgraded is Dr. Saproling PhD.
Yeah.
Because he has to boast.
Okay. Pretty sure I've got the right deck. Nope, that's the OG. Need to change it. This one. Direct Challenge Options Mismatch. Oh, I'm in the wrong thing, apparently.
Challenge match, best of one.
Challenge?
Yeah.
Match.
Best of one, and then you should say your opponent wins coin flip.
Where do I say that?
It should be under best of one.
Tournament match, sorry.
Yeah, gotta be in challenge.
Challenge match?
Yep.
And it says best of one coin flip.
No.
Under it.
For you, it should be your opponent wins the coin flip.
Opponent wins coin flip. There we go.
Because I lost, this way I get to go first.
I don't do the whole direct challenge thing a lot, right? That's just not something
Fair.
I'm used to doing.
Fair. I that's like all I do on stream.
Yeah.
This hand is pretty good.
This could be better, but it's not terrible.
I definitely want, an additional land. But it's really nice to have extra of these.
I need a blue land, is what I'm kind of starved for at the moment. He's got early game pressure. I don't like that.
Here comes the Erasure.
Let's see what we got.
Just remember, boys and girls, they always have the turn to Erasure. That's why you like double Slimefoot.
Okay.
I do need to top deck a land in order to play
there.
it. Didn't get the land. Incredibly awkward.
That is really, really good for us. But he does have creatures on the field.
Yeah, that's
if we are lacking in early game pressure, the not having creatures thing can be a bit of a pain in the ass for us, especially if we don't draw into decent removal. Oh my god, get rid of that. Yuck.
I needed it. Yeah,
I'd rather you resolve a Slimefoot than that thing.
I'd like to resolve something. But that's the nice thing when you're going against control. If you're able to come out under them and just have some modicum of pressure, they're going to need to respond to that pressure, and then hopefully their shields will be down, and then you get to actually play something again. How dare you?
Play out a Nas set. Let's get some cards.
I'll take a land. I'll take a Spore Man. Sporecrown Thallid? Something like that?
Yeah. I feel like this is...
rude.
This is not the best. Yeah. There was some good cards there, I'm not going to lie. But...
there we go.
Uh-oh. Here comes the... slimy.
So now, if my opponent... You're there! I'm so used to saying that. Now if you, blow up my stuff, I get some value. And another reason that Slimefoot's really good against control is that once you get a fourth land, you don't really need to cast cards from your hand anymore. Right? You can just keep getting that additional one. Oh! Oh my.
So if you don't just kill me in a few turns, I might actually be able to get somewhere. Although the fungal infections in your hand...
You didn't see any fungal infections?
Are just going to be answering that straight away, and you're getting tokens out of it, so... Probably not the best.
Fine. It's totally fine.
I have reached my limit.
Okay. Let's watch that double fungal.
I'm not gonna double fungal. I'm just gonna fungal one. Then
Okay.
if I need to, I'll fungal the other. All right. Well, guess I need to. Incredibly rude.
Yeah. I'll just have to let it happen.
I was gonna start
no,
talking like
creature.
Bolus, and then I was like, "Oh right, I'm not the one playing Bolus colors." No.
Oh man.
This is why I advocate limiting the amount of 2 and 3 or 1 and 2 ofs in decks. A lot of newer players do try and play with the widest variety of deck or cards that they like, but it really is important to play with as many of the good cards in your deck as possible, because it allows you to beat removal and counter spells by having extra copies.
I'm looking at this going, I get rid of one of those, he's still going to play one. But if I get rid of the instant, at least I'm getting rid of 3 creatures. So I think I have to go for the creature.
That's probably reasonable.
Doesn't make me feel any better about it. It really doesn't.
I still have to draw a land.
Knowing that Vraskas are coming is bad. Yeah, this is bad. 2, 3, 4, 5. Yep. Okay. Okay, guys.
So
don't you have removal?
No. This
God.
this does play into what's the 3-mana exile board wipe?
Cry the Canarium.
Thank you. This does play into Cry, which would suck if he has it. But if he just blows up our field with like Ritual of Soot, well, that's awkward. No, I needed that land.
And I needed life, so I wanted to make mine a 7/7.
No. All right, I can top deck a land and then kill his zombie token with my Vraska. That's not a fucking.
It's not the best play, is it? It doesn't feel good.
It's fine because I have an additional one. Like I would.
Yeah.
It would have been a 14 life swing essentially.
That's a lot of tokens. Turn. Okay.
I don't know what you're complaining about. I need friggin' mana.
No deck. Don't do that. You can just block for days.
Yeah, but I don't want to. I want to kill you. Have you ever thought about that?
What can I do with that? That's
Nothing. Go
probably a thing.
Nope. Stop it.
Probably a thing that I needed to do.
Okay, that's pretty good.
That is such an overlooked card.
Absolutely. Especially for decks that like always go wide.
I've seen it played to like awesome effect in feels bad.
I leave dead bodies wherever I go.
Feels bad.
Stop it.
I'm
Stop.
just gonna play another one.
Oh, you're gonna kill her? Absolutely.
You're
Kill her.
just
I don't
gonna
care.
play another one.
Yes, I am.
Pity we couldn't have been
But she still gets you value, so
Yep.
I'm outmaneuvered.
And next turn, I won't have to tap as many saprolings, and the turn following, I'll have that big push. And that's one of the biggest reasons that Song of Freyalise is so good in these style of super wide decks, is that -3 is very helpful. Could you not?
I could, but I'm not going to.
I needed the creatures.
This needs another couple of counters on it.
What, you're gonna make it so it blows up my Vraska? Wait, no, just blow it up right now. Just totally do it for 2. Oh, okay.
No, not happening.
So here's the predicament. I can try and get rid of one of your Dreadhorde invasions. So I'm obviously playing this. I can try and get rid of one of your Dreadhorde invasions.
I only pick
Or I can just kill this. This will be at 2 next turn. The following turn, my creatures... No, I think it's correct to just kill your zombie.
Good. Oh, the days.
I'd say that was definitely the right line, because the Dreadhordes, if I'm not getting life out of them, they're just killing me.
Yeah. Yeah, so the thing is, you're going to go down to 6 this turn. on as long as you don't have a board wipe, which you don't, all of my creatures are going to be 2/2, so I have 10 damage. It's going to be Vigilance, Trample. Trample doesn't actually matter that much. So my Vraska dies, which is correct. You should absolutely do that first. Or on your turn, so I can't get a chance to do anything with it. But I think you're just dead.
That is just dead. Just
that
so
is
dead.
exactly why we play the song. Which means we have a tiebreaker round.
You did draw a lot better that time round, although it did take a little bit to get off.
Yeah, I was about to say, like, I was stuck on land a lot. All right, so this one is just going to be back to coin flip. Back to normal coin flip. I have a chip clip in my hand, and I keep sticking it on my hand for some reason. I need to put this down. And another good point I think that specific game showed is that unless you're sure that you're going to lose, you don't always need to give up.
I hate when people just like quit so early. I'm looking at nothing but control in my hand.
I'm looking at,
but it doesn't help me win.
Well, sometimes not losing is the best route to victory.
That's what I'm going for. Is let's try not to lose, and hopefully draw into something that can later on win the game.
No.
Just not giving up any early game pressure to him is the big thing I'm going for here. The finale cycle. How do you feel about those?
I think they're interesting but incredibly annoying. Force him to have it. At some point, he's going to run out of counterspells.
That is a problem.
The white one is like unfortunately weak. Insofar as like you really have to like warp your deck to be able to play it. Like you're not playing that randomly. Ah, fuck. Sporecrown? Well resolved. I assume it's going to die.
I'm sorry.
No, it's fine.
Like you said, I got to run out of stuff eventually.
Yeah. I just wish I had drawn a land.
Unless I draw more cards.
Revelation, I think, is pretty good. I've never found a fit for it. Okay, you have tapped out.
It is so good in control because a lot of the times the games will go longer anyway.
Everyone is expendable, except me.
I have a Vraska. Deal with it. Soul Diviner. Got that Dreadhorde combo going on. I see you.
It's a thing. It's a thing, yeah.
Do I kill this? Guess so. Yeah, I guess so. Seems reasonable.
Do I let him kill it?
Wait, what do you mean let me kill it?
The day is yours.
I'll allow it.
It's also really nice with Blast Zone because you'll be able to kill tokens.
That was the...
I use it essentially
when I put it together.
I use it for the Dreadhorde invasion. Just pay 1 life, draw a card, tap a creature. Seems fine.
1, 2, 3.
Don't like what you're doing here. Oh, you're just gonna put Blast Dome to kill my...
Yep.
Incredibly rude.
We'll get there eventually.
Yeah, but the issue is you've let your shields down.
Yeah, I didn't have shields to do anything with. I probably should have done it in your turn, yes, but otherwise, there's a couple of things that needed to happen there.
Prepare to die.
Its pain is our gain.
So much value.
Like, if you're playing Saprolings, you should be playing Dryad. I love this card in non-Saproling decks. Stop it. Rude.
I think that's the way I wanted to go, because then I do this.
Oh, I was getting bored anyway.
Vraska's just getting you too much value, but your amount of tokens is a bit of a pain in the butt.
We're gonna stagger
Song.
this for the value. Play this.
Super strong. Love that card.
Honestly, yoink. Just die. Could have done it on your turn, but I just wanted to get rid of it.
So this is actually turning into a good old slugfest.
Now stop!
Yeah, no, you get away. And then... Yeah. Again, not going to be happy about the song getting off.
Oh, yeah, you're really not going to be happy about the song.
Oh, no.
Oh, there's more. There's much more.
Oh, wow. Okay. Okay. So, this is a thing. Torrent Scorn is like Unsummon and Fatal Push had a baby. Oh, risky. I'm going to play that first.
Wait, why is that risky?
No. That's the other card in my hand.
Oh, okay. I was
Yeah.
like, what are you talking about?
Grab that one.
No! Oh, you don't... Wait. Okay, it doesn't have the mana. Cool.
And
Yeah, so that envision.
I need a blocker.
An issue. Nah, you're fine.
I need
Just attack.
no, I need a blocker. I'm not taking your advice.
Oh, the top decks are real.
Oh,
All you have to do is believe in the heart of the cards, boys and girls.
no! I was like, the only thing that would help you right now is that. That was so close. Yep.
I'm almost certain I would have lost if I hadn't have drawn Tendershoot Dryad or
I was just God Eternal's next turn
yeah.
into making my thing a huge life linker, which would have meant your Song of Freyalises weren't as effective. But the Tendershoot is insanely good.
Oh,
Wow.
such a great top deck.
That was so good. So
Went super well.
yeah, that's the power of tempo.
Yeah, and so you do a consistent deck doctor type thing, right?
Yeah, I try to do 3 videos a week, not all deck doctors. So I try to get a deck tech, a deck doctor, and a gameplay video out. Is something that I've been trying to do more recently, and it's something that I've pretty much stuck to. As long as I've got the deck doctor submissions in to do them, I'll definitely give them a crack. But yeah, a lot. So what happens is you submit a list to either in the comments of my videos or in the comments of my deck doctor stuff specifically. Just post the deck list, what you think is wrong with the list, or if it's you built it with an intention on it doing something and it's not quite doing it. Let me know what it's not doing. Let me know what the direction you're trying to go, and then I take the deck, I tweak it to what I think is improving, whilst still trying to. So a lot of when I did a lot of the earlier videos, they're like, "Oh, this could have just been better." I'm like, "Yes, but it's not where they're trying to go."
Yeah.
So I'm trying to stay true to how the deck was originally, or also to just be like, "Oh, they submitted a mono red deck. I'm not just going to throw back a tier 1 mono red deck in their face and go, just play this. It's better." That's not how I'm doing it. I'm trying to stay true to what's coming in when they submit it to me. Tribal stuff, whatever kind of wacky ideas they've got, I'll always go for those. But yeah, so I try to do them weekly. But yeah, as long as I've got the deck submitted, then I'll keep giving it a crack. But that's the deck doctor stuff for me anyway.
Yeah. So if you all want help making your decks better, send them over to Xander, and then you can come face me Mondays, Tuesdays, and Thursdays during my stream, and you can fight me because I do a lot of viewer games, and you'll probably beat me because I'm not the best player. So I think that's it for the duel thing. I have sponsors to talk about. So I'm gonna go ahead and end the Zoom call. Is there any last thing you'd like to say to my viewers?
Thank you heaps for letting me on the channel. Thank you heaps for being on my channel. If you want to check out my side of the video, come check it over on my channel, Zanders Quest. And
It'll be in the description.
Sub, like, both our channels. We're great. We're really cool.
All right. Peace out.
And yeah,
Xander.
just thanks heaps, man.
Peace. Okay, I need to open this shit. Like, you know what? Fine. You don't need to see my face. It's fine. I just still want to make sure everyone knows that I should go to flipsidegaming.com and use promo code 6. Come on. 10% off on orders over $10. I can't not mention it. It's money for me and technically money for you. It's great. I do want to go open some packs still. Yeah. I'm talking to a bunch of people for even more collabs, but I really do like Xander's Quest His stuff is very helpful. And I really like that he doesn't just stick to standard. It means that you can see some really interesting decks that you may not have realized are a thing. So I definitely suggest heading over to his channel, and that'll be in the description. But I would like to thank all of my lovely patrons, especially Salamander, Croft, Zin, and Rexel, for their continued support. If you'd like to join them supporting the channel, you can find links to that down in the description below. Or you just press that join button and become one of the Phyrexian people. In the description as well, you'll find links to the Discord, where we chat and play games, link to Aetherhub, where I host all my deck lists. I'm probably not going to host this one, but it will be in the description. The deck list will be in the description. But yeah, I do hope you've enjoyed this video, and I do really hope you check out Zanders' channel. If you did enjoy this, go ahead and tap that like button, add a subscription, share your mana pool, cast a comment to the comment section down below, and pass the turn and the vid to some of your friends. Until next time, I will be one.